Look at this armor! The plating gives good coverage, and the folds aren't too confining.
How'd you get so close without me noticing? You're as sneaky as the best of my spies.
How does your axe cut through stone like nothing, Hector? Is it some kind of special alloy?
The technique matters as much as the weapon. Maybe I'll show you sometime.
It's nice working with you, Hector. I feel like I don't have to watch my flanks as much.
I'm used to fighting in groups. A friend and I used to fight back to back all the time.
I like the sound of that. Maybe if you show me how, I could fill in for your friend.
Great idea. That way we'll always be able to cover each other in the field. So, you're Prince Alchrist? I'm Hector. I hope we can get along as battle buddies.
That you'd greet someone much less skilled so enthusiastically. It's truly unexpected.
If you have time, what do you say to a duel? I'm in the mood to swing my axe a bit.
You would take pity on me, standing here by myself. Lord Hector, how can you be so kind?
You're far more skilled than you believe yourself to be, you know.
I'm very happy you think so, but my skill is nothing compared to my brother's.
I have an older brother too, so I get it. But don't forget, you have unique strengths of your own.
Lord Hector, thank you. I'll try to be less of a disappointment for you.
You're big and tough, huh, Hector? Makes me think of the time I fought the strongest bear.
That's a compliment? But yeah, once I even withstood a collision with a winged horse.
You've got a lot of scratches on your armor. I guess it gets constant use like mine.
Yeah, it's like a partner. It helped me face the Black Fang assassins that threatened my world.
After so many battles together, might I ask a small favor?
It's not like you to be hesitant. Go ahead. I'll hear any request from a friend.
Well, the bear I took down is so huge I can't carry it. Would you lend me your strength?
That's a new reason to engage. Go on. Show me where this bear is then.
I envy you your strength. If I put in the effort, do you think I could become as skilled as you?
You're training by yourself again now, right? All that effort will reap rewards.
I've been told I have a scary look, but you've got quite an intimidating stare yourself, don't you?
That's why my opponents get scared of me on the battlefield sometimes, so I'll take it.
Hector, do you have time to spare? I'd like you to bear witness to the fruits of my training.
Sure, I've got time. What kind of training have you been up to?
Children cry because my stare can be so scary, so I've been working on my smile. How's this?
No need to worry. You have a nice smile. It makes me smile back just looking at you.
So you're Hector. Just the sight of you is impressive enough to instill confidence.
Thanks. Pay attention, and you'll see that this armor and axe aren't just for show.
You really know how to throw your weight around in a fight. We should spar sometime.
Your combat ability is impressive too. It reminds me of a close friend of mine.
After so many battles, I still wonder, am I any closer to becoming like my father?
You are. I see you always charging ahead, and I know you have the makings of a fine king.
I appreciate your words. What I really want is to use my power to help my kingdom thrive.
The way you think of your kingdom makes me want to follow you myself. I admire your ideals.
It is an honor to fight alongside you, Sir Hector. I will strive not to disappoint you.
No need to be so formal. We're allies. You can relax a bit.
I've hit something of a block right now. Would you tell me about your world for inspiration?
No problem. Let's see. How about I recount when my friend Eliwood and I first sparred? Weren't you champion of a fighting tourney? How did you defeat all those tough warriors?
Defense is my specialty. I blocked their attacks and struck back at every opportunity.
Good strategy. Defensive tactics are my area too, thanks to this armor. How about a duel?
Training with you, Sir Hector. I would be delighted. Let's get started.
I know you're cool and all, Hector, but that axe of yours is extra cool. It's got to be legendary.
Oh ho! Well observed. This is an axe with a story, though some of that tale is dark. You have a way with animals. I'm the opposite. A winged horse once crashed into me.
Winged horse? Oh, a Pegasus! Yeah, they're great! Though I have been kicked a few times.
You've fought an attorney before, haven't you? I'll bet you faced many tough fighters.
I did. I fought my way frantically up to second place and became Prince Diamant's retainer. Since you brought it up, I guess you must enjoy fighting in tourneys?
Sure do. In my world, spare time was spent in the arena fighting your heart out. Ah, good times.
A little brutish, but in a dignified way. I like it. You passed the test, Hector.
I didn't know there was a test. Guess I should be grateful I didn't fail it.
At first, I thought you were scary, but you're actually really nice. I get why you're popular.
I don't know about popular, but I do consider you a friend. Call on me anytime you need.
So, Hector, who do you think is the cutest person in this army? Come on, spill it.
That came out of nowhere. I don't think about this stuff too much. I really couldn't say.
Don't be like that. It's okay if it's not me. I won't hold it against you too much.
Can we, talk about something else?
You've got a bit of a gentle giant thing going on, Hector. It's really working for you. Very cute.
That's one I've never heard before, but it is flattering. Thank you.
I need to brush up on my studies, but I'm bad at this sort of thing. Could you help me out?
I'm not sure it's my help you want. I slept through half my lessons.
War is such an ugly thing. I guess that's why I try to look cute in battle. Contrast, you know?
So by being cute, you remind people how ugly war is. That's brilliant, Rosado.
It's also that the cuter I am, the stronger I get. And the more people want to protect me.
Naturally. There's no way I'd let my adorable friend Rosado get hurt.
Do you have anything to say to me about that last battle? Compliments on my skill, perhaps?
Sure. You handled yourself well. You know, you remind me of a friend I had named Sarah.
I appreciate your willingness to step in and help, even if I do always have things under control.
When I see a friend in danger, I don't hesitate. That's all there is to it.
I struggled for success at the academy. Hard as that may be to believe. Perfection is never easy.
I can relate to some of that. I used to skip studying in the castle in favor of the arena.
For what it's worth, I think those rough edges of yours are a big part of your charm.
I never thought of it like that. I just wanted to be strong, so I could protect my friends. You seem to be keeping your distance from me, Princess Ivy. Did I do something to offend you?
Not at all. I am simply unaccustomed to dealing with such bright personalities. Something just moved in the shadows there. I think it might be a ghost.
Just you and me here, Princess Ivy. Wait, are you scared of ghosts? Adorable.
I know I am difficult to get along with. Thank you for lending me your strength regardless.
Hey, no need for that. We're friends. You do the same for me all the time.
I will happily continue to do so, for as long as you remain loyal.
That's a joke, right? You're kidding? You've always got something to do, Zelkov. What are you up to this time?
I am too focused on this pursuit to answer you right now. Ask me again another time. My pursuit of the day is combat training, Hector. I hope you will indulge me.
Oh ho, you want to spar? Perfect. You better be ready, though. I'm not the holding back type.
I would be very curious to hear stories of your homeworld, Hector, if you are inclined to share.
Sure. I could tell you about the assassins we had to fight to save the world. Rough times.
Never one to shy from battle, I see. Do you ever have doubts about fighting for our cause?
Of course not. I'm always ready to fight for peace. Look at all the friends I've made doing it.
Your presence radiates experience in battle, Hector. I am excited to learn from you.
You're quite skilled yourself. Why don't we spar a few rounds?
You must miss your older brother, Hector. If it helps you, please allow me to be his substitute.
If you want to stand in for him, you'll have to be a lot quieter.
Much like me, you are in constant search of those who can match your skill in combat.
That's right. I used to cross blades with my friend Eliwood all the time. It was always fun.
You and I must cross blades more frequently then, so that our bond can become as strong.
Our bond, huh? I like that. You're on, Kagetsu. Let's give it all we've got. It seems we share a bond. My bracelet was once entrusted to the Firine of another Elios.
Really? Looks like we have more in common than I thought. You may be hiding it behind your armor, but I can see those muscles. You can't fool me.
I wasn't exactly trying to hide it, but you've got sharp eyes, Prince Alfred. Well spotted.
We've been working together for a while now, but I can't seem to build muscles as big as you.
Perhaps we have different metabolisms? Though I'd say your physique is superb already.
I appreciate you saying that, but I gotta get bigger to keep up with you. Come on, let's train.
If you insist, I have a few exercises that might help.
As a fellow fitness enthusiast, I have a vested interest in your muscles. Care to chat for a bit?
Happy to chat, but I don't know what I'd have to say about my muscles. You remind me of a friend, a cleric. She really was an energetic one.
I remind you of her because we both did strength training? If so, what was her routine? Mind if I join you for training today, Hector?
Of course not. Is something wrong? You don't seem like your usual chipper self.
I've been struggling to think of ways to help the war effort. Hoping a workout will clear my head.
Ah, I see. I try to move around whenever I get frustrated too. We'll think of something. Boucheron, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Did something bad happen?
Oh no. Sorry if I scared you. I was just thinking about the sad book I'm reading, and...
I've heard you're pretty good at fishing. Bet you can reel in some monsters with those arms.
I think we're equally matched in that regard. I'm sure you can catch some whoppers yourself. I've known Prince Alfred since we were kids. Have you known anyone that long?
I have. My closest friend growing up was a kid called Eliwood. We didn't talk about muscles so much, but we liked to spar. Oh, I would love to fight him again.
I don't know if I count as a close friend yet, but I hope that someday you will consider me one.
Your strength has been such a boon, Hector. Would you care to converse a little?
Sure. I'd like to learn a bit more about you, too. You're much gentler than the Saline I knew.
I seek peace, yet here I am slaying enemies. No matter how I steel myself, it haunts me.
Sadly, sometimes the only way to salvation is through fighting. It's a tough lesson to learn.
I hear you also have an older brother. Is he anything like Alfred?
Well, he's not as obsessed with muscles as the prince. but he's just as dedicated to his people.
I'm sure there's more to your brother than that. I'd imagine he also cares for you deeply.
Perhaps, but he sure did like causing trouble for me. I appreciate you saying that, though.
So your bracelet was in the Firene of your world? How strange. Did you ever meet me?
I did. She was quite different. For one thing, she had unbelievably plain taste in food.
What a lucky day! Look at all these dumplings I bought. They're stuffed with fish liver. Yum!
Ugh. Do people actually eat those? The Firenes of this world sure are strange.
Do you think if we keep fighting, the world will be peaceful someday? Like in my fairy tales?
With so much turmoil in the world, one must hope things will change for the better. When times are difficult, you need to believe in your friends. Together, you will bring peace.
That's a lovely outlook. I will fight knowing my friends are there for me. You included.
Hector, a question for you. What comes to mind when you see two people laughing together?
What comes to mind? I guess I think they must be having fun. Why do you ask? You keep staring at me. Is there something you wanted to say?
Sorry. I was just wondering what sort of person would be best suited to stand at your side. I've heard you mention a dear childhood friend. Will you tell me more of your time together?
You must mean Eliwood. We traveled together a lot. Had a sparring competition going too.
To watch two dear friends sparring with all their strength and emotion, how sublime.
I don't know what you mean by sublime, but those days were really fun.
As a doctor, I find your exemplary musculature interesting. Might I examine your arms?
Go ahead, but I don't think it'll be all that interesting studying a guy like me. Your medical technique astounds me, Jean. In my world, we'd have recruited you for sure.
Thanks. I'm pleased to hear it. I wonder if I'd have been successful in your world. War is certainly cruel. No matter how many I heal, the patients just keep coming.
It's true. My allies and I were able to regain peace, but it cost us many lives. Still, if we keep on trying, we can reduce those casualties. Even one less is a victory.
Quite right, Hector. I'll do my best to achieve that goal, and to protect you.
I see you're used to sleeping outdoors. I did that a lot while traveling. You don't find it rough?
Not at all. You get to go different places, bask in the great outdoors, sing. I love it. I heard you had retainers too, Hector. Did you ever roast meat and sing and stuff together?
I've never done that, but we sure did trust each other. Thinking about it brings back memories.
I can't forgive the corrupted. They're attacking our people. No one can even travel safely.
Yeah. In my world, a group called the Black Fang did the same kind of thing.
I'll bet you showed them what's what. A brave warrior like you wouldn't take that sitting down.
No way. My allies and I faced them together. And we'll do the same with the corrupted. You left your home to become a knight, right? I once fled my castle to save my friend.
I'm surprised we've had similar experiences. Perhaps we'll get on better than I expected. I read in a book that knights should put their lives on the line for their friends.
I don't think it means to sacrifice yourself. It's probably saying to be prepared to do anything.
If I had your physique, Sir Hector, I could protect my princess even more effectively.
My good friend once said that, thankfully, wars are not won by strength alone. He's not as sturdy as me, but when we sparred, we always came out even.
I suppose muscles aren't everything. I'll strive to succeed in my own way.
Your actions were deft and efficient in that last battle. Looks like our training has paid off.
I owe it all to your instruction, Hector. I hope that you will continue to advise me. Tell me, in your experience, how does a retainer best serve their lord or lady?
Well, my retainers all had their own little quirks. I'm not sure they'd be the best examples.
When my emotions are heightened, I'm afraid I revert back to my prior, untamed self.
I get riled up in the heat of battle, too. I think you should just be who you are. Forget niceties. The important thing is to have the conviction of knowing what you want to do.
Do you think so? Well then, I am quite relieved to hear it.
Hey, Hector, got a moment? I wanted to see if I could pick your brain about small unit tactics.
Of course. I'd be happy to share whatever experience I can.
I look forward to peaceful days when I can travel again. Did you travel your world much?
I've mostly traveled during war. It wasn't easy, but I did have some fun along the way.
I'd do anything for Tamara. You gotta know what that feels like, having a brother and all.
You really care about her, don't you? As for me, well, my brother was the helpful one. Even when I left him to go rescue my friend, he was the one who made it possible.
Wow, your brother sounds pretty amazing. I haven't even met him and I like him already.
Your armor has been seasoned by countless battles. May I taste its exquisite flavor?
Eating my armor might hurt your stomach. If you want to test its strength, though, let's duel. Your skill with a knife is arguably at the level of sword fighting. You'd be a worthy adversary.
This knife is no weapon, but a culinary artist's tool, though I appreciate your compliment. I spend most of my days thinking up new meals, but I wonder, is that acceptable as a retainer?
My retainers have been made up of all sorts of peculiar people, but they were irreplaceable, in my opinion. So long as you share a bond of trust, you can overcome the toughest situations.
Is that so? I'm glad you told me this. Please, allow me to prepare you an olfactory feast.
We should have a party to celebrate you joining us. If you're in, I'll start decorating the church.
Not what I'd expect a man of the cloth to say, but you and Sarah would have gotten along well.
Thanks for helping out in that last battle. Mind if I offer up a prayer to show my gratitude?
How about a duel instead? I'd enjoy that more.
We all have something we want to protect. For me, it's the church. How about you?
A friend and I swore an oath to protect each other with our lives if we were ever in need. That oath soon extended to other friends as well. And now, it extends to protecting you.
Aww, that's the nicest thing I've heard in a long time. I swear to protect you too, Lord Hector.
I noticed you watching my dancing. My talent must be growing if I'm captivating emblems.
Your dancing is elegant, but I was wondering if I couldn't incorporate it into my fighting. You can read the future with fortune-telling, right? Can you predict enemy movements?
The attacks would be coming while I divine. Will you guard me while I spread the cards in battle? I lost both my parents when I was young. What was your upbringing like, Hector?
I also lost my parents. After that, my older brother cared for me. Until I lost him.
I can tell he was a fine brother by looking at you. Perhaps I'll dance in honor of him today.
A dance for him? That'd be great. I'm sure he would have enjoyed that. Thanks, Sidal. Hey, clan. What are you doing all the way over there? If you want to talk, come closer.
No, it's all right. If I come any closer to your radiance, I might faint. I'd imagine that any sibling of yours would have to be just as impressive as you.
My brother has dedicated himself to helping the people. I can only hope to be like him.
I feel so much better just having you around, Lord Hector. Your presence is very comforting.
Both my armor and axe are for protecting my friends. And I'm including you in that, clan.
Thank you so much. I'll do my best to protect you as well.
That's very reassuring. I'll be counting on you to have my back.
Lord Hector, if you ever need anything, just ask. I'll be the first to your side, faster than anyone.
I'm grateful for your care and all, but this doesn't need to be a race.
You have a big brother too, huh? Between you and me, big brothers can be such worrywarts.
He did pester me a lot, I suppose, but it was because he cared. I can't really live up to that.
I feel safe whenever we fight together. There's just something about you.
Perhaps it's this armor and axe. But hey, if it makes you feel better in a fight, I'm glad.
It does. Whenever you lend us your strength, it feels like nothing bad could happen to me.
Well, I didn't build this strength just to defeat enemies. I did it to protect my friends.
I never imagined I'd see the day when we would fight side by side. Life can be quite surprising.
Indeed, but that's fate for you. I'm looking forward to what our future has in store.
Your battle tactics don't seem bound by convention. Would you be willing to teach me?
I learned it all from fighting in an arena. If you're okay getting a little dirty, let's do it. What are you doing there? Are you knitting?
Yes, I knit whenever I have a spare moment. It clears my mind and helps me focus.
You know, my brother always told me I wasn't patient enough. Would you teach me?
Certainly. If knitting would be of use to you, it would give me no greater pleasure.
Sorry if I'm imagining this, but have we met somewhere before?
I don't remember you being a customer. Maybe tell me what you bought and where? There are lots of surprises in the trade business. Stuff that sells in one place may not in another.
People surprised me all the time in my travels, usually with their strength. It's a big world, huh?
I feel like we really connected in that last battle. Want to make this a special day from now on?
Sure. After all, special occasions like that should last forever.
You talk as if you've already had some. Do you have other special days, Hector?
I do. I won't forget the day I swore an oath with my friend. Why don't we swear an oath too?
I am intrigued as to how emblem bracelets function. Would you allow me to examine you?
I don't see what that will tell you about the bracelet, and I don't like that look in your eye. The wisest sage in my world was incredibly old. Wisdom really does come with age, huh?
I don't know about that, but time does seem to slip through my fingers when I'm deep in study. I first pursued magic in the hopes of ending the war. I often wonder if I made the right choice.
I sought power for the same reason. I used to think strength was everything. I soon learned that allies are more important. No matter how strong I am, I can't do it alone.
That's a valuable insight. I'm sure I could learn much by hearing more of your experiences.
I'm inspired to give your fighting style a try, Hector. Want to show me a thing or two?
It'd be my pleasure. Keep your guard up, though. We're training at full speed.
I think you'd enjoy the fighting tourneys in Brodia. They can get pretty intense.
Sounds like my kind of event. Back home, I spent more time in the arena than the castle.
How'd you get to be so strong, Hector? Any special secret to your training?
Not really, but I will credit my friendly rivalry with Eliwood for pushing me to train so hard. We'd spar every couple of months. His skill was unbelievable. It took all I had to match him.
Sounds like you spurred each other on. I should get myself a rival like that.
You are an honorable man, Sir Hector. Is it a problem for you to work with a former enemy?
No, it isn't. You were doing what you felt you had to do. I understand that all too well.
I have been instructed to take a rest day, but I do not know how to spend the time.
Get plenty of sleep, first off. But don't neglect exercise either. Hey, how about a friendly duel? I can't help but notice that you're first into the fray when an ally's in danger, Mavier.
It is not a conscious choice. I simply cannot stand by when others are vulnerable. The same could be said for you, Sir Hector. You are always there to help those in need.
A close friend and I once swore an oath to always protect our friends. I keep it to this day.
I was wondering, are you used to interacting with dragons?
Well, I traveled with dragons back in my world, so yes. Now that I think of it, I knew a fair few.
Please continue lending us your strength. I want to do whatever I can to save those suffering.
I will. You know, you sort of remind me of a close friend. You're both so pure and kind.
You had a big brother, right? Did it make you happy when he was around?
I never really questioned if he made me happy, but I couldn't imagine a life without him.
It's amazing you can say that with such certainty. You really loved him, didn't you?
Yeah. It's because of him that I am here. And in his name, I'll fight harder than ever. You've been making some great progress out there. Your skills have really improved.
Only because I've been trying to keep up with you. I still have a lot to learn. I've heard you had an older brother. What was he like?
Well, he could be a bit annoying at times, but I never knew anyone better. Definitely not me.
I've been admiring your skills, Hector. And I have a request. Would you train with me?
It would be an honor. But what brought this on?
You're always so quick to defend your allies. I want to be able to defend you just as well.
A wise plan. But if we are to have each other's backs, you'll need to give this training your all.